From Nashville Christian, Mike McPherson here with Chandler Clark, the dynamic duo and the young boy wonder Chandler. It's football time again in Bellevue.
Oh, it feels so good to be back here with you, Mike, in the booth. The headset's on, and captains are out, honoring Darian List,
Yes.
which is wonderful to see.
Yeah, very tough situation there, and we've got a tremendous crowd here as we host BGA coming up the interstate, and this is our first home game. We started off kind of rough. We went over to Davidson Academy, and frankly, we played just as well as they did, but if two teams are pretty equal, whoever makes the fewest turnovers usually wins, and that's what happened. Of course, that's just par for the course. That's the way it is. But Nashville Christian with the crowd ready to greet the Eagles as they get ready to come onto the field, and we're just about ready to tip off the home season. We've only got 3 home games during the regular season. We hope to come back with a couple of playoff games at the end, but with all of the construction and the way the region lined up, we're just going to have to go on the road quite a bit. And I believe it's just about time for our national anthem. We'll have our prayer and a dedication to Derek. Teacher and coach here is Darian List. If you are into the graduate, if we share the energy of the football and track and field league. After graduating, he continued to contribute to the community of faith to member of the Church. We invite you to stand with us and learn the silence. The people want to be part of the program to be lead the body. And then, when you think about it, in your head, I think you have played in the basketball when you're playing in the player. All of our mental input, I can't see the student to be alive. Search for someone at least one of them be a victim of life that will shine through our life. We also have to follow that we want to strength the coaches, physical parents, players. They don't need to be. Every time there, when you stumble, fall. For the open door, will be strength. They will walk, and not be faint. They will run, and not grow weary. They will soar, and clean, honey, and eat. A stirring rendition by Haley Elizer of our country's anthem. The cheerleaders and the poster and the sign, they're ready to run on. The players anxious for their first home game of the 23 season. We've got a good crowd overflow. And temperature here at the kickoff looks like it's going to be about 80 degrees. And the team prancing and dancing, ready to come on like a bunch of steeds, but it's actually eagles back there. DCA, the Wildcats, across BGA across the way. DCA is also the Wildcats.
Wow, savage banner there. Your mom called. You left your game at home. Man, they are just too clever with these banners.
A little trash talking right off the bat. So, great crowd on hand. And here they come, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. It's football time in Bellevue. We're also excited that Andrew Atkins has reached deep into the budget, and we've got field cams for the first time in our history, and that's an exciting thing. And Andrew, you've been overpaid for years, so it's about time we got all of that. So Coach King has got his kickoff team ready. And that roar is our fan, and we're going to have to, Chandler will have to lock that thing so it doesn't. Hopefully that'll do it. Also, we invite you to make comments and tell us how the broadcast is going. We also want to get a number of how many people out there that are not able to come to the game. And we always remind our viewers each game that we call this like it's a radio broadcast, because we know sometimes people are traveling and they can't look at their phone, and so they listen to the game, and so we want to give them kind of a radio broadcast. For those of you at home watching, we do overdo it, but that is for that purpose. So the game will be called much like on the radio. For instance, Nashville Christian will be moving left to right across your radio dial. And let's see, Chandler, who we've got back deep for the Eagles.
Looks like we got number 21, Bryson Holt.
Holt, the sophomore.
And number 25, I believe that is Brock Haywood.
Brock Haywood will accompany him, who is a sophomore also. No, he's a junior. Excuse me. Brock is a junior. I didn't change that on the depth chart here. So BGA ready to kick it off. They are 1-1. They got pulverized once, just like we did last week in the heat. And even though our kickoff right here is at 80 degrees, it is sweater weather compared to last week. So we're just about ready for the kickoff. BGA approaches it, and this game is underway. It's short. It's going to actually hit, and Holt's going to pick it up. He's got running room, 25 to the 30, breaks a tackle to the 35, down the sideline, 40 to the 45, where he's finally pushed out of bounds, and a fine return as he gets up to the 46-yard line. And he got a good wall to the right, Chandler, and then broke a couple of tackles, came down the sideline, ran out of real estate at about the 46. They may bring it across closer to the, let's see where they're going to put it. Yeah, they're bringing it all back to the 46-yard line. Nose just there. So center Nate Thompson will be over the ball. Your guards, Colton Turner and Cooper Collins, both seniors. Nate's a senior. Your tackles, Brendan Rainey and Graham Paler. Graham, new student. He is a junior. Everybody else on that line is a senior. Quarterback, sophomore, Jared Curtis. He's rolling to the right. He's just going to keep the ball right from the beginning and gets a couple of yards as he noses it up to the 49. It's going to be about 3 yards, as it was a keeper all the way, and he comes down toward our bench and is shoved out of bounds at the 49. It will be 2nd down and 7. So Nashville Christian, with the initial snap from scrimmage, picks up 3.
I'm curious if Nashville Christian's going to have a lot of runs this game. BGA gave up 145 yards rushing in their win last week, so be looking for that.
All right, Grigsby is back there. And Curtis back to pass, looking, waiting. He's got plenty of time. He steps up into the pocket, rifles it down the left side. It's a little underthrown, and we also run out of space over there as Bryson Holt went up. And Jared was trying to go long down the middle, and I think he was looking for Javin Drulo, who was going deep and running kind of a post, post pattern, but the ball goes incomplete. So that keeps BGA honest in the secondary. 3rd down and 7. Curtis. He's back there this time with Brock Haywood. He moves Haywood back to his right in motion. Curtis back to pass. Rifles it across the middle. That pass is caught. It's nicely caught by Zane Crampton. He fumbles the football, and I'm afraid we're going to lose the ball after a fine reception, and we are. And we will turn it over after Crampton made a great catch, turned, and just did not caress the ball. And we turn it over, and that's kind of what happened to us a couple of weeks ago, Chandler.
You hate to see a miscue early, but hopefully this will be the only miscue of the game. We won't have any late that will have any dire consequences for the result.
Yeah, it was a good play. Jared got plenty of protection. He rifled it nicely. Zane went up, caught it nicely with 2 hands, forming the pocket there, but he lost it as he turned to go upfield. So 1st down and 10 for BGA at the 25. Cooper Collins and Nate Thompson, your tackles. Vasily Santos and Colt McClary are your ends. We sat down in a 5-man front, and we're actually going to bring up an extra rusher in there. And here's an out pattern real quick. It is complete. Gets up to the 30, and Holt brings him down with a jersey tackle, but he does pick up 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. So we got Vasily Santos, Cooper Collins, Nate Thompson, Colt McClary, and let's see who else we're bringing up in there to rush. I believe they're putting Michael Hoskins, a linebacker, and they're bringing him up on the line for a 5-4 defense. BGA gives off up the middle. He's got plenty of room past the 35, past the 1st down marker, past the 40, punches it to the 41-yard line, where making the initial hit that time for the Eagles, I believe Cooper Collins was one of them in there. 1st down and 10. Ball pushed to the 41-yard line. Eagles trying to get their defense set. Sun's starting to set here as well at Eagle Field, on Keaton Field. BGA. Long count. Number 8, that's Marable. Marable got a running back. He's going to give it to him. No, he's going to keep it. He comes off the left side, and he's knocked down, first of all, by Santos, and also at the same time, I believe, J.T. Robbins from the linebacker spots. So good pursuit that time by the Eagles. That pushes the ball back a yard or 2. Initial line of scrimmage was the 41. It's now placed on the 39. 2nd down and 8. We kind of had game day today there, Chandler, with George Plaster and crew coming over and giving us kind of a game day flair. BGA, dressed in white, trimmed in their blue with their blue football pants, trimmed in their gold. Marable going to give wide left. He's got running room to the 40. To the 45, steps out of bounds at the 49. He's going to get up about 2 yards away, and that's Christian Walker, sophomore, and good running that time by the sophomore, and he's going to pick up all the way up to just short of the 49. It will be a short 2. A long 1 and a short 2. Let's make it 3rd down and about 1.5 yards. So BGA huddles. Marable gets his troops and will scrimmage from the 49. Crowd coming to life down below. BGA, they've got slot right, tailback, and a flanker right. And they're going to pitch going to the right. He goes back to him, and he's going to get that 1st down. He's popped, but he keeps pushing forward and gets the 1st down yardage, and Walker gets a nice run out of it where he's met by a host of Eagles. Plenty of room for the 1st down. So, Chandler, they've got us on our heels a little bit.
Walker's been the star of the drive so far, but he's going to get some rest here. So we'll see if Marable shakes it up a bit. Looks like they're going to have 4 receivers to choose from. And a new back.
All right. Here they come with the new tailback. And that's Henberry. And here's a down-out pattern. Complete. And that was Henberry, I believe. No, Thompson caught it on a little stop route. and he's going to get another first down for BGA. So they pushed it down to our 36, and they do have us rocking a little bit here as we had an initial drive that was going well, and we we completed a pass, but then dropped it on the fumble. And BGA started scrimmaging from the 25, and they've moved it into our territory. BGA giving straight up the middle, and this time we meet him at the line, but he's going to lunge forward for about 4 yards. And Chandler, can you tell who was the initial hit there? It looks like J.T. Robbins was one of them in there.
I want to say Landon Travis as well, number 28.
J.T. mentioned that I was not mentioning his name enough during the broadcast last year, so I said we'll get in on more plays then, and we'll make sure we announce it.
Now, he's got 13 tackles so far on the season, so he's doing.
He does. Yeah, he's in there now.
He's doing all right.
7:47 to go in the first quarter. We are scoreless from Keaton Field in Bellevue. There's movement, and it looks like they're going to move it back, making it about second down and 11. So we hope you're enjoying some of the field level action that Mr. Atkins has been able to put together with $1 million equipment out here. Second and 11, 7:42 to go in your first quarter. Nashville Christian looking to get a stop here. Quarterback flares it out here to the left side. He's got 3 or 4 yards trying to make it up. Then he breaks away, and he's going to lunge down to the 30-yard line as we had him stop for a little, if no gain, but then on his own effort, pushes up to the 30-yard line, and that's going to make it, that'll be third down and about 3. Ball located at the 29.
That was Arnett Hayes there on the reception, number 5, and number 24, Christian Walker, back in for BGA on 3rd and short.
Nashville Christian comes up with another 5-man front, 3 linebackers. BJ's going to run it up the middle, and with no problem pushing it to the 20. And once again, carrying the football was Walker. And Chandler, he is the workhorse for BGA.
That's 4 first downs this drive, and the offensive line for the Wildcats doing a great job creating some lanes for Walker.
And at the 6:37 mark with the clock running, BGA sits down on their 20-yard line, just inside the 20. Quarterback, he's back to pass. Down in that pattern, he just dropped the ball and fell on it. And I was hoping they would even up the turnover score. But Marable looked to have it. I thought he had a man open, but the ball slipped out of his hands. And so we have second and long for BGA. It looks like they're trying to add it up there, and they don't need to depend on me for addition here. I majored in lunch in high school.
Minored in PE.
Yeah, I was all state my senior year in the cafeteria. BGA, Marable back to pass. Across the middle of the pass is juggled and then caught. It hit him in the hands. It popped up, but he grabbed it immediately. He's going to be short. It's still, though, third down. Hayes on that reception, the junior. And they bring the ball in across the way. We apologize. Sometimes it takes a while to spot the ball because our press box is a high school press box, and so we're at a very low elevation. And so we got to just do the best we can, and depending on the scoreboard. Third down and 18. Marable, he'll pass. He's under pressure. He's going to have to run. He will not pass because he is sacked. And hitting him first, Colt McClary, one of 15 McClary children that have been at Nashville Christian. I think he's the last one, isn't he? They may have 3 or 4 back at home we don't know about. I don't know.
We know we got a senior as well this year, I believe, Kate.
That's right, Kate, on our volleyball team. And they're going to line up for a field goal. It's going to be a 34-yarder, so not a modest one. Alex Gianni, I believe you say it. Giannotti, that rolls off nicely there.
Got to be Italian.
Here's the snap, the ball down. That kick is up. He's going to swing it. Did he make it? He made it. He just got it inside the left upright. Good. And so BGA with a nice 34-yard field goal. and sliced just inside the upright. Good. And with 4:18 to go in the first quarter, from Keaton Field in Bellevue, Tennessee, Nashville Christian hosting BGA and trailing the Wildcats 3-0. Back in a moment.
Mike, it looks like we got our first shout out from the chat.
All right. What do we got?
Going to give a shout out to Peter Brophy.
All right, Peter. Peter's in my Bible class. He's coasting along with about a D-. No, I mean an A- average there. Sorry, Peter. Just a little humor there.
The sophomore, huh?
Yes. And how many viewers do we have so far, Mr. Andrew? Can we tell? We don't know yet. He might.
I've got.
Check it. How many you got?
I got 96. Almost
oh, my goodness.
Triple digits.
Triple digits already. So we're. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. It's always a little rusty, the first one. And hope you're able to get good reception and picking us up. Always let us know if we're too loud or too soft. I've never been accused of being too soft. And here's the kick. And they're going to angle it over to the right. That thing is going to bounce. We're going to pick it up back at about the 25. And coming way out here that's Holt. And Holt just could not get around the corner. And they're going to run around a lot and only get back up to the 20-yard line. So Curtis will bring his team back onto the field.
I think Bryson was hoping that he could reverse field and get a sizable gain like he did on the opening kickoff there, but it just wasn't there for the taking.
Colton Turner, number 55, senior, is in at tight end this time. And they're going to actually split him out, I believe. So we've got two wideouts to each side, and Jared just keeps it straight up the middle. He's going to get pretty good yardage up to near the 25. May have just been a four-yard pickup. Be second down and 6. So that was also a run all the way. So they're hoping to keep BGA kind of guessing back and forth. We came with 4 split outs, 4 wideouts, and then run it straight up the middle. This time we've got 3 split to the left. A slot also there on the left, and out here on the right side, another receiver. Jared running. Does he want to throw? He does. The pass down the middle is complete on an outstanding grab by Caden Grigsby as Curtis shakes off the tackler and throws it a la Archie Manning style. An incredible grab by the freshman, Caden Grigsby. That takes the ball to the 47-yard line. 3:20 and counting here in the first quarter. Go ahead.
Sorry, so good to see Caden back out on the field. He had an early injury last year as an 8th grader that put him out for the season, so it's good to see him. He's such a great young man, a great athlete, as you could see on that last grab.
Trullo split out here closest to us. Hoskins in the back, and it'll go to him. He's going to go off left tackle. He stiff arms one man but couldn't get past another, and he's knocked down after a 1-yard gain. They're going to push it up to about the 46-yard line. Looks like it'll be 2nd and 9 at that point. Nashville Christian getting in new reserves. Curtis gets the call. Huddles his team. 2:42 to go. BGA leading 3-0 here in the first quarter. 2nd down and a long 8, more closer to 9. We got a 2 out to the right side. Here's Curtis. Here's across the middle compete. And that is Bryson Holt with a nice catch. Just a straight slant over the middle. And Curtis drills it. And it's complete for a first down to the 35-yard line. So they got the crowd into the contest with a couple of first downs here.
It's good to see the offense rolling. I think some of the nerves kind of got shook off that first drive. The jitters, first time back at Keaton Field in a little bit. So it's good to see them kind of settling in and doing what they do.
So BGA back on their heels a little bit, but Coach Brothers upset about something. They were not able to get the play called in time, and that tends to get on his nerves. And so with 1:57 to go in the first quarter, we'll take just a brief break with the score, BGA 3, Nashville Christian 0. Ready to resume play from Keaton Field. Ball's at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. So we're on another drive. We had one thwarted earlier on a nice reception but a fumble, and now we're trying to overcome that. J.T. Robbins is in the backfield with Curtis, who will fade to throw. Fakes to the right. He's going to throw the bomb down toward the goal line all by himself. Ladies and gentlemen, give him 6. Touchdown, Braylon Toll. He was all alone. They did not switch to pick him up. Curtis with a great fake over the middle. Fades. Great protection by that front line. Give him 6 large ones.
Oh, we do have a flag on the field.
And is it after the play? The officials are convening with 1:49 to go in the first quarter. And we'll see what the officials say. Are they going to call unsportsmanlike conduct for celebration, or are they going to pick the flag up? I never saw them make a call. Good.
All right.
Okay. I didn't think we had anything excessive at all on that except a perfect passing catch for 6. No, they are going to call it on us. It's going to be assessed on the kickoff.
Yep.
So there was an unsportsmanlike event on the field. Have no idea who it was. I did not see it. So Zane Crampton will hold for Wyatt Martin, the senior, who will sidewind it up there toward the woods. It's up. Did he make it? He made it. Good. National Christian takes the lead 7-3 on a great drive and a bomb, and Braylon Toll with the catch. And how many yards was that?
35.
And Chandler is looking up on the replay to see if he saw any excessive celebration. I didn't see any celebration except from his mother. All right. Not can have it. Not right now.
Well, it just looked like all the starting lineup just kind of got together and was jumping around and celebrating, and then the ref just watched it for a couple seconds and threw the flag up.
There's nothing there excessive. They ran over and congratulated. They didn't get together and start hopping up and down like a mosh pit. There was no excessive celebration at all. And I'm saying that as a 43-year-old veteran.
I think Coach Brothers just got done explaining that to the ref as well, that he did not agree.
That's a poor high school call. And since we're not being paid by TSAA, we can say that. We do appreciate our officials. We are shorthanded across the state, and more than likely every other state is also. These guys do work hard, but sometimes things get a little over picky at this level. And I know they don't want to get it out of hand. I just wish we had loosened up on a few things. And there was not anything even remotely close to excessive celebration.
Back to receive the kickoff for the Wildcats, Jackson Hammondtree and Christian Thompson.
My 90-year-old grandmother had about that same celebration on her birthday, so it wasn't too much activity there at all. All right, here comes Wyatt Martin. We've got some hamburger smoke that is traveling over our stadium, and now as Coach Brothers has got to call another timeout, and after a touchdown and getting ready for a kickoff, I don't want to be in that huddle right now listening to the man because they didn't get something set up, and he's letting those guys know. And that's one of those things where I don't think I've ever seen us have to call a timeout before the kickoff. So I know he's not happy at all.
He is a man of details.
He knows the game. He also knows the rules. So there's no official that knows the rules better than he does, which is why he has a few conversations with them from time to time. And Wyatt Martin, this time we're going to move the ball to the left hash mark. And we're going to put 6 people over here to Wyatt's right. So look for him to kind of punch it down the sideline toward this side of the field. 1:49 to go after a nice play on the bomb for Nashville Christian. And here's the whistle. Martin approaches it. Let's see where he punches it. And now he's going to go straight down the middle. It's a little short at the 22, 25, 30. Trying to turn the corner. 35, and he does 40. 45, he's gone. White Martin only. Can he stop him? He's by himself. He cuts against White twice. White tried to slow him down to get help, but he couldn't. And Christian Thompson, guess who, goes all the way, and he scores on the kickoff. And that is just a backbreaker right there. After a fine drive, and we give up the return, and he got on that corner, got a couple of blocks, and then I'm telling you, he was gone. White tried to hem him in, and I thought White did a good job. The guy just cut nicely back against the grain and then again back the other way to the right and walks in for 6. VGA, Alex Giannotti, and the kick is right down the middle, good. And so we've had a lot of fireworks here all of a sudden, and that was the last play of the first quarter. And so we're going to go to the second quarter with a tight one and a wild one here. And we've had a lot of blowouts on this field, but we've had some exciting games also. I have a feeling this is one of those that may go down to the final wire. And we'll take a short timeout with your score. BGA 10, Nashville Christian 7 on a warm Friday night in Bellevue. All right, we have got a great shout out from Heather Warmbrode. James, not only a track star with a state championship, and I believe it was at the 400 meters, I believe. She can correct me. They are out in Colorado with him. They're watching the game. And, James, we do miss having you out there on the field and calling on your name and number quite a bit. And we're so glad you're watching. And I know that kind of makes you feel at home being that far away and still able to enjoy the broadcast. And I hope we will have more enjoyable moments like James gave us a lot that we're going to need here in this game as we begin the second quarter. And they just sent me a great picture with the family in front of a fighter jet. So I'm hoping James will take me up in one of those for a little, kind of a little Uber ride, $35, $40 for a few moments up there. So, James, let me know, and I'll be out there. Or you could actually fly out here and pick me up. Could land you out here on Eagle Field. That'd be pretty exciting. I can smell the hamburgers as I see that smoke billowing across the field. And we have a big line down there. It's a huge crowd. It's incredible the support this small school of Nashville Christian has. We are overflow every single week. And what's our tally on our viewers now?
101.
101. We busted 100. And here's the kick. It's going to angle off to the right. And let's see who's got that. Is it Brock Haywood?
It's Brock.
He's bringing it back, and, boy, he's going to lose as he tried to backtrack and make up for lost yardage. So Nashville Christian will put it in play back deep in their own territory. And so let's see if Curtis can bring the team down the field again. And right now, we have played relatively well on defense. We've held BGA to 3. We coughed up or gave up a ball when we were driving. We have somewhat dominated, but kickoff returns tend to equalize the game. The ball is all the way back at the 15. This is Curtis. Back to pass. And a little out pattern here to Holt. Tries to sidestep one man, lunges forward to the 24. A nice play. He's going to pick up close to 9, and a good play there. So Heather, thanks for letting us know y'all were watching, and I guess y'all are what 2 time zones behind us. I guess it's midday there. Caden Grigsby in the backfield with Curtis, and he's going to get it off left guard, 25-30. He's got running room. Pushes the ball past the 35, 36-yard line, and that's a first. Great blocking over there by Colton Turner and Brendan Rainey as they open up some nice holes there, and we move it to the 36-yard line for a first down. The clock has wound just inside 11 minutes. We're playing in front of a jam-packed crowd. BGA has a capacity crowd, but it's not overfilled like we are over here. There's Curtis. Long count. Back to pass. He wants to throw it long. Rolls out of the right. Oh, he spins away from one tackle. Breaks another one. Now he's coming back to the left side. He needs a block. He's going to uncork it. Way downfield to Holt. Did he catch it? No, an excellent defensive play, an exciting play by number 5. And it's always interesting when Jared starts rolling around. I've told people he reminds me so much of Archie Manning. And if you ever saw Archie play in his day, then you're older than me and probably can barely hear this broadcast.
Yeah, he's dangerous outside the pocket. Plenty of teams got a taste of that last year. He put up 59, I believe, on Davidson last year.
I think the coaches might have been content if he just kept it and run on down here. I think he had a little running room. And he's going to bring it to the left on a keeper and cuts against the grain. Boy, he is face masked there with a facial at the 32-yard line. So we're going to lose on that play. Nothing was there. They had it played right. So let's see what the Eagles do. We're going to have the short side of the field on this side toward our bench. So look for us to break something back outside to the right. It's going to be 3rd and 12, so a big momentum play about to come up here. Clock running 9:50, second quarter. This is Mike McPherson with Chandler Clark, the boy wonder. Does a great job of spotting for me. I could not do this without him. And he tries to fill in the gaps that I miss. Back to pass, Curtis. He's looking, waiting. He's got plenty of time. He's uncorking it about 50 yards downfield. It is complete. 20, 15, 10. Who caught that ball? I'll tell you who caught the ball.
Lawson Andrews.
Lawson Andrews. What a pass. What a blocking front. And what a catch. Andrews in stride and takes it to the 10. First down, Eagles. What a play. Big reception, and we gain the momentum right back, and we'll have a first down. Looks like the ball is nosed right on the 10, so we cannot get a first down. It's 1st and goal at the 10. Curtis with Haywood back there with him. What a play. Andrews is number 12, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And here's Jared keeping the ball to the 5, to the 3. Did he punch into the end zone? The referee says he did. Touchdown, Jared Curtis. We take the lead back, 13-10 with a point after coming. 2 plays, bottom. Well, Chandler, we may be in for one of those. Whoever has it last might win it. So we're still early in the second quarter, and we've put up 2 touchdowns. They put up 1 with a field goal. White trying to extend the lead to 4. Kicking toward my classroom, which is covered up in a lot of dust right now. Ball down. That kick is going to sidewind. Did it get in there? It did somehow. Man, I don't know if I've ever seen one go wider to the left, yet go through the upright somehow. Good. There's timeout on the field with a score. National Christian 14. Our visitors from BGA 10. Back in a moment. Back at Eagle Field, National Christian with a great drive that did not take too long, Chandler. What was that, 3 plays?
It was close.
4 or 5 plays?
It was. It didn't take long. When you get Jared Curtis scrambling outside the pocket, typically bad things happen for the defense.
What was the yardage on that pass to Andrews? It had to have been about 60, wasn't it?
It's got at least over 50 for sure.
So Curtis has got some good yardage already here in the first half. We are in the second quarter at 9:09.
Special teams has got to do better than last go around. BGA took it to the house in the last kickoff.
Curtis is 6 for 8 for 161 yards already. Here's the kick, and he's hoping we can hem him in down there. And 6 for 8 for 161 yards already. Is that what I said?
Yes, and one of those incompletions was the fumble. I would imagine they took that one away. So, and the other one was the batted ball over here, the play before the Andrews catch.
So a pretty good statistical night so far, and we're just getting going in the game. Great crowd here. We've got so many people lined down in the end zone on the school side. The crowd below us is packed. We look down to the right. It's just jammed down there. The other side of the cheerleaders, 2 long concession lines. It's football time in Bellevue. Here's a quick pattern to the side, and it looks like BGA is going to get about 11 yards out of it. Braylon Toll on the stop. In Colorado, they're an hour behind us. But I bet the sun's still out there in the beautiful west. So, James, we're going to get you to do a flyover maybe for homecoming. That'd be pretty good. Maybe fire a couple of rockets.
Wow. It's turning into Top Gun?
I'd like to see him vibrate these windows here in the press box. And BGA ready to start their scrimmage at the 32. Back to pass, those left outs here, and he's going to come down that sideline nicely, and he's finally dragged down on the play. Not sure exactly who that was. It's a long way over there.
That's back-to-back screen passes to Christian Thompson, so he's already shown flashes of quickness that our secondary is going to have to keep an eye on all game. We'd hate to get him turned loose.
Ball at the 48-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. The clock ticking down under 8 minutes now. Back in the Wildcat, looks like the Wildcats didn't like their setup. The coach calls a timeout. So we'll take a brief timeout here, and we'll be back in a moment with a lot of great action coming up here at Keaton Field in Bellevue with your score, National Christian 14, BGA 10, 7:43 of the second quarter. These fans are saving us, aren't they? These fans make it tolerable. Ready to resume action here. Ball at the 48-yard line of BGA. They will scrimmage from that point with a 1st and 10, trailing the Eagles 14-10. They bring two men in motion this way. Then they sit down. We shift over that way also. Quarterback fades to throw. He's under pressure, steps up into the pocket, throws the ball downfield, and just got rid of it. No one close on the reception. Good pressure by the Eagles as they were in there on him and made him rush the pass. And nice arm there, but no one was in the area to receive it. So the clock stops with the incompletion at 7:36 in the second quarter. Your score is 14-10. The down is 2nd and 10. The Eagles, they've gone with the 5-man front all night long. And here's the snap. Quick little sideline pattern, no good. He turned in, the ball went out. So now, 3rd and long. Big play coming up here for momentum. BGA wants to try to seize it back. We've gotten it. So a stop here on 3rd and 10 would be big. 3rd and 10, the crowd coming to life down below. Ball at the 48-yard line. 14-10, 7:31 to go. We've got 3 wide outs to this side, 1 to the left. A setback with quarterback Marable. He's back to pass. Those hit down the middle, complete. Caught there and carrying the ball down to the 30-yard line, and an outstanding reception by number 6, Webster. Man, he was wide open. He just went on a streak straight down the middle and was wide open. We didn't pick him up. Takes the ball to the 29, Chandler.
I mean, I guess nobody covering that zone. Couldn't tell if they were zone or man there, but whatever they were in, nobody had eyes on Webster.
1st and 10. BGA, big momentum swing with that play. They run it straight up the middle. And that's their main carrier. Once again, that's Christian Walker. And Walker's going to get a couple of yards, and we stack it up there in the middle. 6:45 to go. Hitting him first was Michael Hoskins, the sophomore, from his linebacker spot. J.T. Robbins looking over to the bench to get the call defensively from the coaches. It's not too hot in the stands, but on that field with those helmets, that's going to take it up 10 or 15 degrees. So these kids are basically playing in 100-degree weather, basically, and they're going to sweep to the left, and not bad yardage there as he needed about 5 or 6, and it's going to come close to that. And let's see where they spot as they come in. It looks like he's going to be about a yard short, I believe. 3rd down and about a yard and a half. 1st and 10. 6:10 to go. And they're going to push forward for a 1st down. 14-10. And 6:06 remaining here in the 1st quarter. 3rd down and 8. .550, the clock running. 1st and 10, ball on the 29. 5:44 to go. Here is the quarterback back to pass. Throws an out pattern. It is complete. That's going to be a touchdown. And catching it, guess who? Hayes. He's had several. And he looks like Bob Hayes from the Dallas Cowboys with some of those moves and receptions. And again, if you know that name, you are also, again, older than me. I hope there's a few old people out there watching. And they seized the lead back to 16-14. The extra points in these games are big because they can determine whether you got to have a field goal or a touchdown to win. At 16-14, 5:34 to go. BGA ready to kick toward the creek. National Christian master rush. Let's see if they come. They don't. And he kicks it into the bushes good. So it's 17-14 with 5:34 to go in the 2nd quarter. We're going to take a brief timeout. This is the National Christian Eagles Broadcasting Network. Ready to resume play. And Chandler, tell us about our viewers.
Mike, we're at 125.
It's really growing.
Trying to think back to the highest we ever got the number. I want to say around 150 maybe last year. Higher
than that.
Did we eclipse 200 last year, Mr. Atkins?
Maybe just below 200.
Maybe a shade under. Well, tell your friends, we've got an exciting one here over in Bellevue. It is back and forth all game long.
Yeah, we hope we can get to 200, my bowling average. And at 1st down and 10, is rather random. 5:34 to go here in the 2nd quarter. And we've got an exciting contest going. There have been 4 touchdowns and a field goal, and we still got 5:34 to go. As we said, this could be one of those games. Whoever has it last has the best chance to win.
Haywood and Holt back to receive.
BGA, they've got everyone in tight, and they're going to punch it down the field, down the middle, and the ball is taken at the 15, the 20. That's Brock Haywood, 25-30, 35-40, 45-50. Run out of bounds at the 48-yard line of BGA after a fine return. Got great blocking, and then he got over there on that right side and got another couple of blocks and streaked down the sideline for a good return. And they're going to bring it back with a yellow handkerchief on the field. Man, there's so many high school plays called back for penalties.
That'll be on us.
And that takes it back to the 25. So the nice run is negated. We're still not back in the shadow of our own goalpost, but we are 75 yards away. 1st and 10, 5:25 to go. National Christian trailing 17-14, ball on the 25-yard line. Curtis, he's going to give to Michael Hoskins left side, and he's going to fumble the football. Has BGA got it?
Yep.
BGA has it. So that's our second turnover. And that's going to give them an opportunity. That's, I tell you, the mistakes, we've given up the long touchdown run on the kickoff. We fumbled it twice, one on a really good drive. Now we've dropped it again. And so we're helping BGA stay right with us. So BGA will scrimmage from the 29-yard line. Maryville brings his team up. He's got 2 split to the right, nobody to the left. We come up with a 5-man front, 3 linebackers. Maryville is going to give straight up the middle, and carrying and busting and churning once again is, of course, Christian Walker. 1st and 10, 5:08 to go, clock running. So we had a chance to take the momentum and the lead at the half, and we don't get to do that. Ball at the 22-yard line, and it's 2nd and 2. Might be at the 21. BGA scrimmaging, back to pass. Quarterback Maryville looking, waiting, fakes. He's throwing it down in the deep corner. It is incomplete over the head. Boy, both of them plow into the screen back there. Our field really runs out quick. In fact, the corner of the end zone is actually on the concrete, and it's not a good place to go down. And they went down on the concrete, running into the screen. And our field is just short ends down there. The other end, we've got some good green space, a little bit more anyway in the corners. Not a whole lot more, but a little bit better than there. And so BGA will scrimmage on 3rd and 2. 4:36 to go. Back to Pat. No, he's going to run up the middle. Again, Christian Walker, 1st down. And Chandler, they're also eating up the clock because it's going in chunks, and chunks of time are running off.
Oh, yeah, they're not rushing to get this next play figured out here. They definitely don't want to leave Curtis and company with too much time here whenever they get the ball back.
National Christian back on defense, 17-14, 4:11 to go. BGA, they've got split outs to either side, a flanker right. Christian Walker comes up, tailback spot, back to pass. He's going to just keep it off left tackle and not get much. So it's going to be still 2nd down and long. The clock ticks to under 4 minutes. 2nd down, it looks like he lost about a half a yard. So it will be 2nd down and a long 10. They can get just inside the 1 for a 1st down. And that clock continues to tick here late in the 2nd quarter. National Christian trailing, visiting BGA 17-14. BGA, everybody in tight, and they're going to run it wide with Walker. It's to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, tries to get to the corner. He's horse collared down at the 2 as he's caught by Holt. And they're knocking at the door again, Chandler, and they got him slung down in bounds, and the clock continues, and we only have one timeout left. So we're looking at possibly going down at the half by 10, unless we can get it back quickly here and counter. But let's see if we can come up with a stop or a turnover. The ball is on the 3. It's first down and goal, 2:50 to go. BGA in great shape here at Eagle Field, going into the end zone toward the creek. And the ball straight up the middle, punching, churning his way. He's not going to get it. And carrying as a fullback that time was Jack Henneberry, the senior. He did not get much.
I think it was Colt
McClary on the stop.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the ball is on the 1. No, it's the 3. Sorry, I can't see at this angle. It's tough to see. BGA going off left tackle. Christian Walker is hit, met, and knocked down by Hoskins, and he's not going to get in. And big play there by Hoskins to take this to 3rd down. And big play there by Hoskins. They come to the line quickly. He's going to quarterback sneak. I don't think he got in.
No,
yes, he did. They pushed the pile across the goal line for 6. And BGA pushes the lead out to 23-14, trying to make the point after to make it 10. So, timeout by the officials. We've got a Nashville Christian Eagle on the field, wounded. And we'll come back in just a moment with your score temporarily right now. BGA 23, Nashville Christian 14. Giannotti in for the point after the Eagles taking off. I believe he'll be okay. It's hot down there, 23-14. Giannotti kicking toward the creek. It's up. Yes. And good. And so we'll take a brief respite again with the score. BGA 24, Nashville Christian 14. Let's see if we can put together one quick drive with 1:51 to go, second quarter. We'll be back. All right, ready to resume play, but first a shout out.
Yes, we've got some support for Caden Grigsby, number 7, the freshman. So thank you for sending a shout out to him. He's had a good game so far here for the Eagles. Hope to see him continue to make some great plays for our squad.
Well, great to hear from those folks also, and love to hear from all of you guys out there. We've got, what's our number up to now on the views?
We're at 128.
128, that's a great number. If you did join us late, it's been an exciting game back and forth, and we call the game as though it's radio, so we're a little more detailed than a normal TV telecast because we know some people are traveling, and we don't really want them to have their telephones right in their face while they're driving, so we kind of approach it like a radio broadcast. And here comes BJ with the kick. We've got 151 to do something with the ball. And he's going to just slam it down toward the right. It's picked up on the run at the 10, 15, 20, and not much there as bringing the ball back was Brock Haywood. Didn't get a whole lot. And once again, we've seemed to scrimmage quite a few times around that 20-yard line. And this time we've got 1:45 to go. We have the Armin Curtis. We have the special players that can make the plays, but 75 yards, we're going to need a couple of big ones to be broken to get the ball down into scoring territory. So 1:45 to go. We've done it before. We can do it again. We've only got one timeout. BGA's got two. So BGA is benefiting from some turnovers and a long kickoff return. They haven't had a long sustained drive. Curtis back to pass. He's throwing the bomb deep for Holt. Holt back over his head. It was a little overthrown over his left shoulder, and he was looking over his right. And it was a nice pass, just not quite on the money like it needed to be to haul it in. He looked back over his shoulder, looked over his back, but could not pull it in. Tough angle. Comes back to the 20. Clock stops at 1:38. 24-14. Nashville Christian down by 10. A lot of time left in this game, but we got to make something up here. Curtis scrambles, and it is complete. A nice catch that time by Grigsby, the freshman, and he catches it for first down yardage right at the 30-yard line. They're going to move it. We are immediately over the ball. Great job of getting there. The officials started winding the clock before they even set the chains down. Back to pass. Here's Curtis. He's got time. Steps up, throws across the middle, incomplete. He normally hits those. That time there was a sliding Braylon Toll that could not reach back and get it. But the clock is stopped with 1:15 to go. The ball at the 30. Second down and 70 to go for a touchdown. 10 to go for a first. 1:15 on the clock. It would be great to get this back to a one-score game via field goal or touchdown here at the end of the half. We send three wide out to the right. We've got one over here to the left. That's Javin Drulo closest to us. And Curtis on an out pattern. It is complete. Once again to Braylon Toll. To the 40. 45 steps him in to the 50. He's to the 45. He's wrestled down there, fumbles the football, but the ball should be down, and it is. We will get the ball first down at the 45. That's the play we needed, Chandler. And we've still got a minute to go here. The Eagles quickly over the ball. And they're winding the clock. I'm not sure why they were huddling. Now Jared gets them out of the huddle. Four wide outs again, two to either side. 55 seconds to go in the half. Curtis back to pass. He's got time. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to run. He's going to try to get outside. Cuts it against the grain. He's to the 40. He's going to get. Did he fumble the football? Have we lost it again? The officials are saying the ball was on the ground, thankfully.
Oof.
Oh, my. 38-yard line. Your clock, did it stop? 29 seconds. No, it's rolling because it's not a first down. Apparently, it's 2nd and 8. And BGA saves us a timeout. I don't know if that was a good call by them because we were in a rush and the clock's running, and that gives us a chance to gather ourselves. I'm not sure about that, but Chandler, I coached basketball. I don't know anything about this sport except to keep score, and you have to help me do that. It's 2nd and 2. Only 24 ticks left on the clock at Keaton Field. Big crowd looking on. It's an exciting time in the fall at Nashville Christian to be at the football games. And we enjoy being a part of that in the community that we have here at Nashville Christian. And if you're listening out there and your kids are not in a school they're crazy about, we welcome you to check us out because I think they will be pleased with this place. And I've been out here 12 years. It's been great every single year. Great group of kids. And this faculty, it truly has a mission attitude about it. And, of course, we're overpaid also. 2nd down and 2. Curtis with 24 seconds to go. He's back to pass. He's going to have to throw it long. Is he going to uncork it? Time's running out. And now he throws it down the middle. That's a dangerous pass. It is incomplete. and the clock ticked all the way down to 12 seconds, and a flag is thrown at the location of the incompletion. It's second down. I guess it's going to be third down and 2, 12 seconds left. I thought, am I not seeing a yellow handkerchief down there? Maybe that's something else. We're huddling, so it must be some other debris. It's third down and 2, 12 seconds to go. Let's see what Coach Brothers dials up here. We probably don't have any more than 2 plays left. And here's Curtis. He's under pressure. This may be the last play. Throws it down toward the goal line. The pass is deflected. With 4 seconds left, we will have 1 bomb left. A field goal from this point would be 59, so I think we'll probably try to uncork it long. Curtis has the arm. If he does connect, it'll be a 37-yard touchdown. We will call our last timeout. Coach Brothers will talk to the team and gather them over here at the sideline. 4 seconds left. Let's see if we can get a Hail Mary. I guess at our school it would be called a Hail Brothers.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mike got a couple more shout-outs in the chat here. One for Pearson Smith, number 9, the freshman.
All right.
And also a shout-out for the BGA, number 56, Nate Fleming.
Great.
Also getting the shout-out.
Glad our BGA friends. Just a great school down there. And back in the old days, I had a whole lot of friends down there. Cooper Wood, longtime friend of mine, coached there back 100 years ago. He lost his life to cancer a couple of years ago. Just a great friend and a great coach. And his son, Brandon Wood, coached here for a long time. Cooper was a major part of the BGA community for years, and had to play him a few times when I was coaching at Ezo Harding. He's an outstanding coach. But here we are, 4 seconds left. Jared Curtis.
No, it's Bryson Holt.
No, Bryson Holt. And we're throwing a flea flicker over here. And it's caught the 30, 35 to the 20. Cutting it, screen the 15, the 10 to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Does he go in? Braylon Toll goes in. 37 yards. It looked like a flea flicker. I can't believe the call. And we scored. Give him 6 at the buzzer. What a call. Blocking was tremendous. It cuts this thing hopefully to a field goal if Wyatt Martin can knock it through the uprights. The ball is down. The kick is up. Did he make it? Ladies and gentlemen, that kick is good with timeout at the half. National Christian has cut it to 3, 24 to 21. This has been an exciting first half. And we've got a special guest, national personality, George Plaster. And we are honored he is stepping into our press box right now. And, George, we're going to go ahead and get you started immediately. And first of all, we want to thank you for being here with us.
Absolutely. This is great. Now, the last play may not.
They're watching the broadcast also. We've got about 130 people watching at home right now.
Nice.
I've been told that acting like I don't know who George Plaster is. George Plaster is, I'm older than him, so I've known him longer than.
Are you sure?
That's right. But George, tell us a little bit about your program now. I know that back when you had the call-in show, I talked to you a bunch of times. You didn't know who I was, but I was usually griping about Tennessee football.
Oh, wow. Yeah. When I was in radio, because I had done that show for close to 30 years, and I felt like I'd seen about everything there was to see. And then all of a sudden I go to this, I guess, television podcast version, and I don't know squat. And
it's different.
Oh, it's a different world. But we're starting to really make a go of it. It doesn't hurt that it's football season, but we're on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, and and I don't know quite how this gets done, but once the show is over, it's then archived where people can watch it afterwards. So today, when we did the show over here, we probably had, I don't know, 700-800 people who had watched it live. But then since then, another almost 1,000 have watched it. And the folks at Nashville Christian were awesome. They knew what I wanted to do. We've gone now to 3 different schools. We've been to James Lawson, which, of course, is the old Hillwood. We went to Overton last week, and now we've been to Nashville Christian. And really what we wanted to do was just sort of create a, kind of a cheap replica of college football game day.
That's what the kids said it was. They said
it was hilarious. We had the cheerleaders start the show with a cheer, and then right about the time that I'm about to bring Jeff Brothers on, something gets mentioned about BGA, and I told him ahead of time. I said, the first time I mentioned BGA, just boo the hell out of me, and they did, and it was hilarious. It was really fun.
Now, what is your connection with BGA right now?
Nothing really, other than I was on the board of trust for about 10 years, but that's been 3-4 years ago that I got off the board. So let's just say interested spectator, and that's about it.
So you could wear one of these just as easily.
And I've got one. They had me wear a Nashville Christian shirt, and I wore it proudly. This is a great school. I lived at one point within a stone's throw of here, up on the hill, up on Stacy Square. And this is a beautiful setting for a high school football game. I love it.
I've told a lot of people, I've been here about 13 years. I was at Lipscomb 18 years and Easel Harding before that. And we're just a tiny school nestled in the woods here at Bellevue. And it's like this every single Friday night.
Yeah.
And Coach Brothers is the one responsible for that. From an athletic standpoint, we've got a great president, Connie Joe Shelton. Coach Brothers has developed the culture here in football, and a lot of those guys stay around and play basketball for us also. I'm retired from basketball now. But those of you that haven't always been in the Nashville community like I have, George called basketball and football for Vanderbilt years ago. And on the radio, TV, what's been your funnest aspect of your career? What have you enjoyed the most doing?
I never thought this would be the answer, but it's been the sports talk stuff. It was funny. I was thinking about this a few minutes ago. It hit me. It was 36 years ago tomorrow that I did my first college football game as Memphis State's announcer. We played Ole Miss. I didn't really enjoy the experience. I came home a year later, and a sports talk thing was just sort of dumped in my lap. I thought it was stupid, and it turned out to be the best thing that's ever happened for me career-wise. And I can't really tell you why, other than just something clicked. I really enjoyed it. I did it the way I wanted to do it, which was, this is not going to be a combat zone. I want people to enjoy, to feel right, free to call and not have their head ripped off, which is one of the things I think is bad right now about the industry that I've been in for all those years. But
it's unfortunately the culture of the country is just biting each other's heads off.
Yeah,
and it has even dovetailed into sports, unfortunately. And I like it when two people on opposite sides of the field wearing two different shirts can still talk like we are right now.
Absolutely.
We're both Americans.
Right. The last time I checked, you're right. That is so true. And people get, and I love the passion, but there's a point where the passion can get out of control, and then you have, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
And
well, I remember years ago, Alabama, you probably were calling at Vanderbilt, and there was a Vanderbilt and Alabama fan screaming at each other at a Shell station, just going crazy like fourth graders. And when one of the guys left, I went up to the other guy and said, well, I know go Vandy, go Alabama. How about go America? Let's keep it in perspective here that when we go to war, we're all on the same team.
You want a good play-by-play story?
Yes, please.
So when Vanderbilt hired me, the first game I did, this was in 95, was a football game against Alabama. And so
that may have been the game
Well,
that I was talking about, possibly.
I invited my dad to sit in the booth. I knew that would be something really special for him because Dad would tape all of my games. I've got cassette tapes of stuff you wouldn't imagine that he taped for me. So we were awful. We were one of the worst 2 or 3 offensive teams in Division I, but it was too early to know that.
Right.
And at the end of the third quarter, we're leading Alabama 19-10. We're about to go to the break. There's a timeout on the field with the score, Vanderbilt 19, Alabama 10. Stay tuned. The upset is in the making on the Vanderbilt Football Network. Well, Dad.
That's a pretty innocent comment.
I take the headsets off, and Dad looks at me and he goes, I don't think I'd have said that. Final score, Alabama 33, Vandy 28.
It almost was. That's a great game.
Dad spoke from experience.
Well, enjoyed listening to you in the old days. I enjoyed calling in on the shows in the old days.
Thank you. Kept me in work.
I still do that, and I love to call in and just enjoy the whole attitude and network of Nashville sports talk shows. So, George, we're honored to have you on our campus today.
Oh, it's the other way around. I had a blast. Thank you.
Thank you for coming into the press box.
Happy to do it.
And even though it's only going out to dozens right now, a lot of times by the time this is put on YouTube by Sunday night, we'll usually have over 1,000 viewers.
That's awesome.
And for a tiny little school here,
That's
it really
terrific.
is. And BGA is a special school to me. I coached against Cooper Wood, who was a part of the old
yes,
back in the old days. And
my days.
My students at church, Jackson Berry, his family was very prominent down there. Jackson got killed as a sophomore at the end of his sophomore year. He was a great baseball player. And just about that whole school was at his funeral. And so Jackson's connection with BGA, and Cooper Wood, who is a dear friend of mine.
Yeah, and a great guy.
Just a super person and a great coach. And so BGA has a neat place in my heart, and I've always enjoyed the rivalry with them. So thanks for stepping in the press box.
Loved
man.
it.
Thank
Loved
you. Great.
it.
We're honored to have you.
There's nothing better than high school football on Friday.
Right.
Thank you. See you.
Girls basketball coach is going to be stepping in a second. We'll let George get out of here. We'll take a quick break. We are honored to have another special sports celebrity. After George Plaster, Coach Gary Vanatta has joined our coaching staff and is coaching our girls basketball. He came on board late, so he didn't get to be with them in the summer. And Coach Gary, I know a lot of people know you because I've known you for about 110 years. Just give our viewers a little sweep of your career and how things ended up that you're here.
Well, started in high school at Gallatin and as a head coach, and was fortunate enough to win a state championship. From there, I just had a chance to go to college, went down to the University of Montevallo and had a lot of success there, which led me to UT Martin. And I was at UT Martin and was very fortunate. We won the OVC and beat Ole Miss in the WNIT, and it kind of springboarded me back to my alma mater, which is Trevecca, when I had the pleasure of actually coaching my daughter, and she was on the same team, and we played for a national championship.
It's pretty special.
So it's just been a whirlwind thing. I got remarried, had young kids, and about 7 years ago, I had a chance to move back to Alabama, where I started my college career, and won my 700th game there. But something was missing. Mike, and I didn't know at the time it was Nashville Christian in my life, but had the opportunity to talk to Ronnie Sigenthaler, and I still remember these words coming out of my mouth. Ronnie, I'm not coaching high school basketball, and you don't want me teaching in the classroom. And I still remember Ronnie saying, well, let's just find out what the Lord has to do with that. And, it's just really strange how it's all come together. And, within a whirlwind, within a week, I resigned from my position and retired from college basketball. And now I get to spend every day with my wife and my kids. Watch them grow at a fantastic school like Nashville Christian, and be surrounded by other Christian people that are just they're not in it for themselves. They're in it for the right reason. They're here because this is where the Lord wants them to be. And
it truly is a mission-oriented school, and I mean, you're already feel a part of our place. We feel like you've been here a lot longer than you have, and so well, tell us a little bit about the upcoming work you're going to have with our girls. I know we lost 6 really good seniors last year, and yet we've got some good kids that are coming back. I know you haven't been able to see them in a lot of hot action, but give us your thoughts on the upcoming year.
well, I'm excited. Anytime you get into a new situation, you're always excited. And there's been a lot of success here. Won 60 games in the last 2 years. So success breeds success. I believe that. And even though it'll be a little bit different type of team from what they've had in the past, we're going to get after it. We're going to be successful. We're going to work hard. And when I say successful, I mean we're going to be good at what we do. And, I'll find out in another month or so what that is. But
Right.
I know we're going to work at it. We're going to be in shape. We're going to play hard. We're going to play good defense. And we're going to try to make an impact here and try to get them to do it the right way.
Well, I tell you, when last year when we brought on Coach Pierce and then heard you were coming, I thought we have landed a couple of legends here, and that's pretty cool. For a little school like this, we've got a football coach that could be in college if he wanted to, coaching.
Yeah.
And it's just, like you said, I figured Coach Brothers had been gone a long time ago, but he's settled in. This is his mission. These kids are, and I would love for my kid to play for guys like y'all. And so we're really glad you and your wife and family made it this way. And get to come to school every day with your kids and your wife is a pretty neat deal.
Yeah, it really is. And, I knew this was a really special pace for coaches when Coach Mike McPherson was on the sideline, out of bounds, behind everything, not coaching at all. I knew this had to be a special place because I kept looking. When I saw your name, I kept looking for where you were. And
well, I'm in the press box is where I'm at, and that's where I like to be.
Yeah.
Because after the game, when y'all go driving home frustrated, I go right to sleep and get home. So I am right where I want to be. I really enjoy the broadcasting, and I think the kids get a kick out of it. Mr. Andrew Atkins works hard at producing this thing. So we'll be calling hopefully most of the home games for y'all this year, and looking forward to seeing your kids in action. And this is a special time of the year, football, and just as football is ending, your basketball team's going to be starting up. So have you seen your schedule? Is it pretty tough?
I think every schedule's tough.
It seems like it does.
It sure does. And so I'm looking forward to that. And like I said, I just getting back. I mean, it's been 30-something years since I've been back in Tennessee high school basketball. So a lot of the coaches I coached against have retired and moved on.
Yes.
And you're one of them, buddy.
Yes.
So,
Been a long haul. So
it has been. Well, as I told you before, I'll tell them, people like you, Mike, and I kid you. You think I'm kidding every day when I say it, and maybe I say it in a kidding way, but you're my hero. And people like you that have the kind of distinguished career you have and come back and want to find any way they can to serve the children in this school and in this community and in this city and this state unselfishly the way you do. That's my kind of hero, bro.
Well, I appreciate that, but your standard of hero is pretty low if I'm one of those. So, Coach, thanks for stepping in. We're going to take a little bit of a break here before the second half kickoff. We just got back in the game with that last play.
That was an excellent play there for 4 seconds. There it was.
Coach, we're honored to have you. Thanks for stepping in. Looking forward to your team this year.
Same here. Thank you, man.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here. The score, Nashville Christian has just cut it to 3 at the half, 24-21. Back in a moment. Well, we had a busy halftime. Interviewing a couple of legends in sports with George Plaster, Nashville radio personality, and Coach Gary Venata, who has been a college and high school coach. And we are so fortunate to land him. And hopefully Coach Pierce will be up here sometime soon. And we're ready for the kickoff. Nashville Christian kicking the BGA. They'll be moving right to left. As you watch or listen if you are driving, that's why we call it radio style. And here's the kick by Wyatt Martin. He drills it down into the corner, and it's going to be fielded at the goal line up to the 10. And, we're going to hammer him short of the 20-yard line. And hammering him was
Jalen Fuqua, the freshman.
Jalen, new student with his twin sister here, sits on the front row of my Bible class. Great kid. I'm glad to have him out there on the field hitting people right now. And his sister is one of our camera girls on the sideline. So really love our great camera work today that Mr. Atkins, of course, he's having to work 3 times harder than he ever has with all the cameras we have now. So hopefully we're bringing you a nice broadcast. We also got a message from Tracy Brothers' mom. Is that right?
I believe so. Great coverage tonight. Thank you. And a go Eagles. And also your sister Lori is watching. What a great supportive sister you've got.
She is, and she loves to watch the games. She pulls for Nashville Christian. When my boys played at Lipscomb, when I coached at Lipscomb, and all the way back to Mazel Harding days, she was always at as many of the games as possible, which I appreciate because I did pick on her quite a bit as we grew up, but that's what older brothers are supposed to do. That's what I was paid to do, is to try to, torment her and my little brother. So they fortunately grew up and still loved me, so that meant a lot. So Nashville Christian, ready to go on defense here. And, we've got an exciting one. We've had 4 touchdowns and a field goal in this exciting game. And big contest for momentum for both teams, even though it's not a regional game. Here's an out pattern real quickly, and he breaks 1 tackle, but not a second one. Is throwing him to the turf was number 53, tackle Nate Thompson, senior. The crowd kind of settling in here after a wild first half, and an incredible play with Braylon Toll taking the ball down the sideline about 60 yards on the last play. I've never seen that call on the last play of a half, and then it goes. It's just amazing play. Mr. Andrews, that will definitely have to be one of our plays of the night. And another miscommunication in timing by the quarterback, Marable, and the receiver once again came inside. The pass was outside. Clock stopped at 11:13. Now the crowd's starting to come to life a little bit. Coming up with a big play. This is 3rd down and 7. So a chance to get the ball back in decent territory. Marable back to pass. Here comes the rush. The pass down and out. It's complete, and that's going to be enough for a first down. And completing that pass was Hayes. Hayes is thrown down, but not before he gets the first. And so the initial drive for BGA results in 1 first down so far. The clock ticking down inside now 11 minutes of the 3rd quarter. A lot of time left, and we're expecting a whole lot more fireworks. BGA this time, they've got all 11 men bunched up tight, but they're going to throw a little flare pass to the outside. Is that Hayes again? Mm-hmm. Down the sideline, and he steps out just when he crosses the marker, but they're going to actually call him out. He stepped on the sideline over there before he could get to the first down. Ball at the 40-yard line. It's going to be second down and 3. BGA will bring 2 receivers, split out to the right side. Christian Walker in the backfield with Marable, flanker left. We've got a 4-man front this time. Someone jumped. Someone moved. Did he?
It was the receiver.
All right. He's looking at the official like, what? I just set my foot down. But they're going to mark it back 5 yards, and so now it's 2nd and 8. Again, if we can hold them here, we can get decent field position for a drive to take the lead. Great game, great night. Temperatures dropped a little bit into the high 70s. And there's Walker off the left side. Man, he's got running room, and he's going to carry for first down yardage. And the BGA faithful showed their appreciation as that ball is pushed out to the 46-yard line. And it will be 1st and 10 for BGA. Ball at the 47-yard line. 10 minutes ticking here. 3rd quarter. BG up 24-21. So receivers split to the right. Marable back to Pat. No, he's going to hand off. That's Hayes again. Excuse me, that is Walker. Walker plowing off the left side. And their line just pushed us for a 9-yard pickup. It will be 2nd and 1. And right now, Chandler, BGA is controlling the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and a short 1.
Yeah, they're sending out Brandon Rainey and freshman Kenny Harris to that interior part of the defensive line there to hopefully clog up some lanes because Christian Walker has been phenomenal tonight.
He has run up and down the field at 2nd and 1. Let's see if they go to him again, and they do. This time the right side, but he's met for a loss in the backfield, and hitting him first, Landon Travis, sophomore, number 28, with the initial hit, and that was a big play to push it back for a 3rd down and about 2. The line of scrimmage, the 45, 3rd down and 2. So another momentum swinging play for one of these teams right here. The clock at 8:45 and ticking. 3rd quarter, BGA. And here's a wide out pass. It's complete, and he's going to get the first down and more to the 40-yard line as we covered it pretty well, but he sliced through a tackle and got the ball down to the first down to the 40-yard line. 8:35 to go. First down now. 1st and 40 for BGA. The Wildcats have come up the interstate. They've got a 1-1 record. Nashville Christian 0-2, looking for their first win. Coach Brothers almost always opens with some tough games. He did it again this year. One of them pretty lopsided. The other one could have been out at Davidson Academy. It was really an exciting game, but turnovers marred our chances of the win. BGA with that out pass again, kind of that one-man screen. He dodges one man, Hayes, pushing down to the 30-yard line, to the 29-yard line. It's first down. BGA's got Nashville Christian on our heels. It's 7:56 to go. The clock running 3rd quarter. It's a 3-point game at 24-21. It's been an exciting game. Right now, BGA looks a little stronger on the line as they're pushing Nashville Christian, and this is probably their best drive of the game, and they've kind of taken control of things here. 7.5 to go. Back to pass, Marable. Little pass on the out is complete. Hayes was wide open, steps out of bounds for a first down inside the 25-yard line. They're going to now put it down inside the 20. Looks like it's closer to the 17-yard line. As they bring it in across the way, the clock is stopped. Under 7.5 to go. 24-21. First down and 10 for the BGA Wildcats driving on the Nashville Christian Eagles. These two teams have had some good games in the past, as have us and Davidson Academy from last week. They're going to place it on the 15, 1st and 10. I imagine BGA will just keep running the ball. Hey, and they're going to pitch to Hayes coming this way on a jet sweep. They hit him in this time nicely. And he's going to lose, hopefully, looks like back to the 19, and Vasily Santaz, the hockey boy. And he skated over nicely to make the play that time. And he's going to lose one to make it 2nd and 11. The ball pushed back to looks like the 17-yard, make that the 18. So it is 2nd 11, ball on the 18. Clock winding at 6:45 of the third quarter. BGA trying to get a man off. This should be a penalty. He got off in time. Man in motion to the left. BGA passing again under pressure. Inside screen complete, but Walker stumbled, and he's going to fall down at the 20, and that mark favored us. And it's going to be now another chance for Nashville Christian to get a stop, maybe force a long field goal. It's going to be 3rd and about 13. Ball on the 18. BGA, let's see if they go to the air or look for Hayes or Walker to break one on the ground. Clock approaching 6 minutes. The crowd a little bit sedated. We need a big play to get them back into it. 3rd and 13. And now we've got an official time and a timeout. BGA, they didn't like what they had set up for the 3rd and 13. So we'll take a brief break. We haven't had one in a while. Back in a moment. All right. Okay, we're ready to resume play. 5:59 to go. Here's your momentum swinging play again. 3rd and 13. Ball down on the 20-yard line of Nashville Christian. BGA is back to pass. 3 receivers to the left. Quarterback Marable. Is he going to run? He's just going to put it down. Boy, there's a lot of real estate out there. He's going to run for plenty of space. He gets a first down and dives, trying to hit the pylon. Looks like he went out right before he got there. We've got a flag over there as the hamburger smoke just settles over like a heavy cloud around Mount Everest. 5:48, and let's see what that laundry on the field is going to go against. There's a timeout with the injury of Nashville Christian. And I'm not sure of the call. Chandler, if you can get that. Well, the officials have now discussed it, and here's the call. Holding on BGA, that's going to negate a fine run by Marable. Boy, that's a big play.
Mm-hmm.
That was on 3rd and 13, so it's going to go back and go 3rd and really long now. So Nashville Christian has benefited from the break on the penalty. If you're one of the 147 that joined us late, it's been a nip and tuck game. Nashville Christian scored on a kind of a screen pass to Braylon Toll, who went down the sideline about 60 yards. Is that right, Chandler?
I think it was about 40.
Maybe. I'm sorry. That's, again, my math.
He maybe ran 60 yards.
We
kind of go back and forth.
He went up from the 40. I was thinking about the other 40. Again, I did not go into accounting for a lot of different reasons. 5:48, 24-21, and it's been just an exciting game between these two fine schools. Jared Curtis been on the sideline waiting to get the ball. This has been
over a 6 minute or about over a 6 minute drive for BGA.
It has been a time-consuming drive. It's now 3rd and 6 because the penalty is not brought back past the line of scrimmage, but from the point of infraction, which is probably a good rule. 3rd and 6. He's going to just keep it to the left. He's got space. He takes it in. Not only for a first down, it looks like a touchdown. No, they're going to mark it short again. So Marable just took it, and there was nothing out there. No interference to stop him. They're immediately going to come to the line. I'm going to predict Marable will sneak it forward, and they'll try to move the pile. It's 1st and goal. Looks like 2 yards away. He's going to go under the snap. We pile him up there. They push. He goes down short of the goal. No, they say touchdown. I thought he fell down, but he fell down in the end zone. And BGA has taken a great drive and increased the lead to 9 with the upcoming extra point. So excellent drive by BGA. That's their best one of the night. And we've got another timeout. Looks like another Eagle is down. I imagine most of these are cramps on a very hot night. And so we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the extra point and the ensuing kickoff in a moment. Giannotti in for the extra point. No, he was short. I was right, Chandler. Looks like 2nd and 2. I thought he fell down.
No, I think they're going for 2, it looks like.
Is that, no, you're right. They are. My fault. I don't think they can push it in from that far away.
No, he's in.
They did. It just didn't. From this angle, it looks like. Well, that's interesting. Why did they do that? Is there still now? There's a flag. There's a late flag. Was the indication a score, a 2-pointer?
They were going for 2, and they're signaling like the flag is not on BGA.
That's interesting that BGA looks like a personal foul against Nashville Christian. And still not sure what's going on here because I thought he didn't score. Then they said he did. It's up on the score that's 30-21. And then they went for 2. Did they get it? The scoreboard still says 9. I'm not sure of the reasoning there that BGA, with it a 9-point game, why they wouldn't kick it for 10. And there's still discussion with both coaches. BGA's offense is coming back on the field. They're signaling again a sideline warning on BGA. All right, now the extra point is coming. I'm totally confused. So apparently, I don't know because they're not moving the ball back for a penalty. So anyway, we've got an extra point coming in a 9-point game. Giannotti, say that for me. Giannotti, love that name. He'll try to knock it through. He's been perfect tonight. Try to give BGA a 10-point lead here with 4:56 left in the third quarter. Ball, snap, placement down. We came that time, but it's good. So BGA takes a 10-point lead, and in this game, that looks big. But Nashville Christian does have the horsepower to take it down and cut this thing back to 1 score this quarter. Let's see if they can. We'll be back with the score. BGA 31, Nashville Christian 21 from Keaton Field in Bellevue. Back in a moment. Well, we're back for the kickoff. Nashville Christian trailing 10 points. Nashville Christian, in most of the games in Coach Brothers' career here, we're ahead. Not every single one of them, but this game has been a tough one for us to get over the hill. It's been a good game. BGA has benefited from a couple of miscues, but that's part of the game. You can if and woulda, shoulda, coulda all you want, but that's part of the game. You make turnovers, another team doesn't, it puts you in a hole, and we are in a 10-point one now. 31-21, 4:56 to go. Third quarter. And here's your kick. One man was offsides, but maybe not. The ball nicely punched into the end zone and will come out, and so we'll get a starting position. There we are down there at that 20-yard marker again, and it's going to be BGA going back on defense, and Nashville Christian coming in with Jared Curtis needing to take his squad down for another score. So we've got wideouts to the left here, one to the right. Curtis. Back to pass. Fakes now across the middle. Zane Crampton complete at the 30. Sidestep to the 35. Hangs onto that ball nicely as they tried to tomahawk it out of his arms, but he hangs on to it nicely to the 38 and a first down. Curtis with a nice fake to the left. Came back for the crossing pattern in the middle, and we got a first down. The chains move. The clock does too. 4:37, third quarter. A lot of time left. We got to stick one in here and then get a stop. Wideouts this way. Flanker right. Half back. Quick out again. Complete. Not much there. That's Drew Lowe, the sophomore. Gets a couple of yards out of it. Pushes it to the 40. Second down and 8. Nashville Christian with a big drive here. They don't want to give the ball back to BGA with a 2-score deficit. It is 2nd and 8 on the 40. Jared Curtis looking at a 4-man rush, back to pass. He's got time, steps up, now he's going to roll to the left. He's going to uncork it down the middle. The pass is almost intercepted. He had to throw kind of sidewinding back to his right while rolling to the left. Very difficult angle. And we are fortunate the ball was not picked off. We didn't have much of a chance to receive that. And now the ball goes to 3rd and 8. So first down needed badly, or we're going to have to kick it away. Our wideouts come over this way again. Holt along with Zane Crampton. Curtis to throw. Out pattern, incomplete, a little high. We're going to have to punt it. Try to hit Drew Lowe. We ran out of real estate over there on that side. Punting unit coming in. Jacob Ellis to punt. Nate Thompson, your snapper. And we got to kick it away. The BGA faithful showing their appreciation for the defensive stand. The clock stopped at 3:35. The crowd a little lethargic over here. We're going to need a big play to get the fans back into the contest. And that kick may be blocked. Somehow he got it away. He took a little long getting it off. And not a great kick, but it gets it past the 50-yard line inside the 40. And Jacob Ellis somehow got that through the defender. I thought they were on it. The clock stopped at 3:25. The first down and 10 for BGA at their 38-yard line. So the Eagles need a big defensive play right here before this overflow crowd. Nashville Christian up to rush. Walker this time is wrestled to the ground after a yard gain. A lot better coverage that time.
It was JT Robbins there. A flag, though.
We've got another call on the field. The official comes over to indicate it's going to be, is that a personal foul?
Yeah, on the gentleman that just was checked out and is talking to Coach Brothers.
Don't know what he did. Coach Brothers not happy. He's talking to Cooper Collins there. 45-yard line, first down, so that once again changes the complexion of things. The 15-yarder puts it on the 45. BGA in great shape right now. If they put one in here, it would be a monumental task to come back. Oh, here's Hayes on the flanker pass, on the reverse. Puts it down, nothing was there, and he's punching past the 40 with a good run. J.T. Robbins, linebacker, hits him first. So it was an end-around pass. I said the wrong word. I think I said flanker pass, an end-around pass trying to hit a flanker. And that clock now starting to look like it's just flying, even though we've still got a quarter left. We're at 2:25 of the third quarter, and BGA is going to try to run that clock out totally on this drive to burn up the third quarter. BGA, everybody in tight. Looks like a possible run with Walker. Let's see. No. Flare pass out here again. We don't cover it well again. 35-30 down the sideline. And Chandler, we're having a tough time covering those out patterns. We're giving it chunks of yardage over there, and it's usually over on that side.
That's been their game plan all night. Marable's getting the ball out of his hands in a second or two, and the defense is having to play sideline to sideline, trying to keep up with these speedy receivers. That was Thompson again. Thompson and Hayes, number 4 and 5, have been busy tonight.
Ball down to the 24-yard line, and on top of that, the clock is ticking. Ball outside. That's a new running back, number 35. We don't have him. He made a good run. 123. BGA, if they keep it on the ground, could probably run just 2 more plays and be out of this quarter. And they're up 10. Holding them to a field goal would be big to keep it a 2-score game. If they go up by 3, be very tough to come back in the fourth quarter. 31-21. And tackling him in the backfield, nice play by J.T. Robbins. Sorry, we don't have a name on number 35. He's checked in the last couple of plays. Now Christian Walker back in. And now that clock's still winding. It's 3rd and 6. So if they stay on the ground here, this quarter will run out with them still in possession deep in our territory. The ball's on the 20. This is a big play here. 3rd down and 7. Defense has got to come to life. Let's go, Eagles. Hunker down and get it right here. He's going to sweep to the left, and he's not going to get much. Great pursuit by the right side of that line with Nate Thompson and Colt McClary over there on that side. The clock will run out. So, ladies and gentlemen, from Keaton Field in Bellevue, Tennessee, we have 12 minutes left. Nashville Christian with his back against the wall. Can they get a stop here? Will it be a field goal? We'll see what BGA does when we return with the score. BGA 31, Nashville Christian 21. Back in a moment. Well, Chandler, we begin the fourth and final quarter. BGA has said we're going to go for it and try to maybe put this thing out of reach.
Defense needs to stop here.
Yeah, we got to have it here. Let's see what BGA does. More than likely, they're going to go to the air, but I can see Marable going to the right, running. No, it comes back. They've got a double reverse. Marable's out there by himself. He's going to catch the ball all alone in the end zone for 6, and that could have been the clincher, and what a play.
What a play.
On the reverse pass, no one near Marable. The ball was lofted perfectly for 6, and it's 37-21. We are in the ditch. And we got to get pulled out of it quickly. We will have to strike quickly 3 times without BGA. Almost, not quite, but almost an insurmountable comeback. But stranger things have happened. BGA to kick it toward the school for the extra point. Snap, placement, kick, good. 38-27. That has really subdued this overflow crowd. So, with 11:52 to go, with a dejected bench over here, and we just got to suck it up right here, and let's try to win the last 11 minutes to get ready for next week. And let's see if we can get some type of momentum going. So, we'll be back with the score. A 17-point lead for BGA, 38-21. Back in a moment. All right. So, Nashville Christian in an unusual situation. It's been a long time since we were down 17 at our place. And let's see what we're made out of. Regards to the score, we need to come down here and punch one in. And that's tough. You just got to lay the score off to the side and do your job and get the ball down into the end zone. And at least give yourself a chance to pull it out. It is going to take just short of a miracle to come back on this one. It's a 17-point deficit with 11:52 to go, and here's your kick. It's high and short, and it's going to hit. Holt picks it up at the 15. I don't think they planned on doing that. He's in trouble. He's trying to get to the edge, and he does. To the 30, to the 20, to the 25, brought down. I thought he was about to break it. Looked like he got running downhill just a little bit. But Nashville Christian with 11:45 to go. Curtis brings his team onto the field. He's got to do something quick. And we can. We have quick strike capabilities. We've done it for years. We've done it in this game, but we need one quickly. The Eagles have got 2 wideouts to this side. Now they bring a flanker over here. Now we got 4 guys on this side, and we're going to hand it off. We're going to fumble the football. Fortunately, we're going to cover it in the backfield. Grigsby, the freshman, lost it, then pounced on it. Fortunately, that was just about a game-ending disaster. 11 and a half to go at the 19. In this booth, I'm not used to calling a game when we're down like this. This is tough.
It is.
See if we can get some momentum. The crowd totally deflated right now. Let's see if we can get something to get action stirred back up. Curtis trying to do that now. Here's a screen to the left on the inside, trying to get outside. It's Holt, and he's not going to get much. He lunges forward past the 20, and we're still in a world of hurt back there, Chandler. It's going to be 3rd and long still. Pushes the ball to about the 22. They're still going to be about 13 short of a first. Would we dare be in 4-down territory at this point? I don't know. Let's hope we don't have to make that decision as We crossed the 10.5-minute mark, counting down. Curtis, back to pass. Looking, waiting, he's uncorking along down the middle, and that is incomplete. Holt definitely had him climb up his back. That one's not close. And unfortunately, I've been complaining about this rule for 50 years. Why is pass interference in high school and college still 15 yards? It's beyond my comprehension.
You'd like it at the spot of the foul.
Yeah, and the officials, the organizations have, the NCAA for years has made great changes to bring the game up into the 20th and the 21st century. This is one stuck back in the early 1900s. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. You throw the ball 50 yards, pass interference, you get 15 out of it. It's really ridiculous. It could be actually advantageous to do a pass interference on a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, 3rd and 14. Nevertheless, we got the first down. Curtis rolls to the right, throws it, it's intercepted. 45-40, 35-30.
Oh.
And he's going to bring it back. And we've got some late hits in this game. We got some people kind of losing composure here.
Yep.
Not going to be good. We're going to get at least one penalty unless they're offsetting. That probably ended the game. We're going to keep broadcasting, though, because you never know what's going to happen. It's 38-21. The officials are gathering. I know I think we got a late hit over here on the Eagles. I don't know what the first one was. Was it a horse collar?
No, it was kind of a blindside block
on BGA?
On BGA, and then ours was in retaliation after that.
Okay, so it may be a dead ball foul, which means I don't know. I don't know what the rule interpretation will be here. At 10:06, the officials will communicate. They seem to have the rule well in hand on what to do, and here comes the official. We've got personal foul.
Blindside block, yep.
On the BGA team, and then dead ball foul, personal foul on the Eagles.
Yep.
Is that going to be offsetting? The officials are trying to figure out where they're going to pace it off from. Are they going to do that thing where they march 15 back and then 15 forward? Okay, they're going to pace back from the 40, bring it back 15 yards. I bet they'll turn around and mark it 15 from there, going the other way. I've always wondered, why don't they just do a little math there, but they may have gone to the same school I did. So it takes a little while. We need a calculator to figure that out. So after the hike that the referee took, the ball is placed at the Eagles' 41. And Chandler, this one may be cooked.
It's tough to watch, but I'm with you. I'd like to see these guys finish this game. I'd like for the defense to get a stop. We haven't been able to stop them. They haven't punted all game. So that would be a victory at least.
It would be. BGA has definitely dominated the second half. And there's a great hit by Nashville Christian. And they did a good job of calling the momentum of the forward progress. JT Robbins with others hitting, and a good defensive play there. That's good. That's what we were talking about, what we needed. Ball at the 41, and no gain, 2nd and 10. Let's get 2 more of those, fellas. Number 73, is that Kenny?
Yes, the freshman, Kenny Harris.
Kenny Harris. And let's see him bust through there and make a play. Let's go, Kenny. Get the pressure on. 9:20 to go. BGA will try to run out the clock. This is Walker going off right side, and good momentum. He's going to carry forward for a good gain, picking up close to 6 to 7 yards. And JT Robbins again with the hit and another Eagle down.
And it's him.
And it is JT. Looks like, fortunately, it's cramps A lot of them out here. So I guess they're eating a lot of mustard, putting down a lot of Gatorade. So, Chandler, talk to us about next week's games for both teams.
Well, BGA will be traveling to Davidson Academy, and Nashville Christian will be hosting Mount Juliet Christian Academy, the Saints, next week. And they're 2-0 on the season. I'm not sure how their current game is going, but they've had a much better start to the year compared to us.
Well, that's been a game where we traditionally dominate, but Mount Juliet Christian has gotten some early season momentum with their first two games. So BGA looks like they're going to be running their record at 2-1. I know that there have been comebacks like this before. Down in Plano, Texas, there was a state championship where a team scored 4 times in the last 3 minutes, got 4 onside kicks, took the lead, kicked off, and the other team ran it all the way back for a touchdown to win.
Wow.
One of the craziest games I've ever seen. It went we didn't have the internet back then, but it went viral in its own way around the country with sports talk shows and ESPN. So JT hobbling off. So I know our coaches are going to put their heads together and get things together for next week. We still got 9 minutes here. We still got time to make some good stops and get another score here before we go home. BJ will probably keep it on the ground. It's 3rd and 4, and they will. And they're going to run off right tackle and be very close to the first down.
Mike, I misspoke. We have a bye week next week, so we'll get to rest our guys. And the week after that, we will be hosting MJCA.
And that will be the homecoming, won't it?
I believe so.
I think that's right. So 2 weeks from tonight, homecoming, 4th and 1. Looks like BJ is going to try to sneak it forward. Pushing. I think he got it. And that'll freeze the clock at 8.5, and then it'll start ticking. And BGA is just continuing to run that clock to put this game out of reach. They took us totally out of the game in the second half. And our crowd, we still got the cheering section trying to keep things active, but it's tough when you're down this much. And folks, if you're listening, watching out there, Chandler and I are just not used to this. We have been spoiled by the incredible home success by this outstanding football program that Coach Brothers has built, but we've run into a juggernaut tonight. And again, that's that number 35, and I apologize to his parents for not having the number. Chandler, can you find it at all?
We've got 34 and 36, but not 35.
Who's 34 and 36? Maybe we'll get close there.
How about Jeremiah Rames and Bryson Kaysen, maybe?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's one of those, but we apologize. We got that program from the BGA website, but we are sorry we don't have it. So that clock, look at it tick. Looks like it's flying now for BGA, and they're winding it and watching it down inside 10 seconds. They're waiting to the very last second to snap it. And there's number 35 again. And we're stacking it up. Looks like Colt McClary hit him first. And when the next play is taken, it's underway, it will be well under 7 minutes. So they are whiling away the time here. I think it's going to be a good needed break for Nashville Christian. I don't think we've been 0-3 since I've been here. And the guys will have to do a lot of soul searching, so we got to get this thing back on the tracks. And I think our coaches are capable of getting them to do that. But BGA has come in here with a fine squad, and they played well. And they're giving to 35 again, the fullback going straight up the middle, palming straight ahead. Michael Hoskins in on the stop. And we're going to have an officials timeout. So we're going to keep it here. We're going to stay with you on the broadcast. And The players aren't supposed to quit, so the broadcasters are not either. And so we're going to hang in there like stink on skunk for the last 6 minutes and 23 seconds. Chandler, what's our viewing number now?
We're up to 149.
Well, we haven't lost anybody. I appreciate continuing to watch, and some of these fans may be BGA, and we're also glad to have our guests joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, Heather, for giving us number 35's name, Jacob Coleman. Thank you so much. He's had a couple of nice runs on this. This is the last drive for BGA.
I'd be interested to know, Heather, how did y'all know that was his name? So we'd love to see what association y'all have with them. So, Chandler, be sure and write his name down in the program so we can give him the proper credit. He's had some good runs here in the second half for BGA. So after the stoppage of play, BGA will come out with a 3rd down and 5. And they have totally dominated the second half. And on top of that, they have chewed up the time. And so it's a 3rd and 5. And we have failed to score in this second half. And that's another rarity for our guys. Marable has a flanker left, back on his hip. He's just going to keep it and roll right. We hit him pretty good for a stop. We're going to force a 4th down here. BGA, I'm anxious to see if they'll kick a field goal and try to get a 3-touchdown lead. With their kicker, I'd be tempted to do that.
Well, the kicker's lined up at wide receiver, so
all right, so they're going to go for it, 4th and 3. Kind of surprised at that because he's got the leg to do it. And that would be a 3-possession game. Which still is a 3-possession game. That would just make it 3 touchdowns, which at this point is fairly academic. And they'll watch it tick down, and BGA is going to take one of their timeouts, actually their last. Nashville Christian still has 3. 5:27 to go, so a very subdued bench. Coach Brothers out there trying to get the troops rallied for at least one more stop to try to get the ball back for another score. So a lot of frustration. Injured Ryan DeMumbrium. He's not able to contribute with his injury here. Just a tough night for the Eagles. We have been spoiled by success.
Mm-hmm.
And tough starting off 0-3 when you've had such an incredible run. But the good news, these are not regional games. And so let's see if we can get on a roll. In essence, these are practice games. Doesn't matter about rankings. All you want to do is be ready at the playoffs. It's better to be playing good at the end than at the beginning. So at 4th and 3, BGA will line up to go for it. We're master rush. Man in motion left side. Marable takes the low snap, rolls the right, pitches. It's going to be fumble. Let's see if we can get on it. And we're going to stop Walker, and we get the defensive stop that we needed with 5:19 to go. So we need a touchdown and then an onside kick, just see if something crazy can happen. But the clock is definitely the ally of the Wildcats. (38-21). We're missing a player. And the 25-second clock. Hopefully we've still got plenty of time, just started. Curtis brings in the play. 5:19 left. Let's see what we elect to do to get some momentum seized back against this fine BGA squad that's totally dominated the second half. Curtis fakes, pumps, looks, waits, throws down the middle. That pass is broken up by number 3. Not a bad pass. A little bit underthrown, but Curtis had to kind of throw back on his heels, and it gave the defender time to knock it away. And it was good timing there.
Yeah, Evan Henneberry made a nice play on that, getting a hand on there.
5:10 to go. College football really getting cranking this week. Chandler, I'll be going to the Tennessee-Virginia game in the morning with my grandson.
Wow, GBO.
Here's Curtis back to pass. And here's a pass overthrown and a late hit by BGA, but they're going to – Zane Crampton kept good composure there. Zane's had a couple of good catches. Third and 10. Clock arrested at 5:04. About the only sound we hear is the cheerleaders, the murmur a little bit of the crowd. BGA has to be excited about this performance. Jared Curtis has no backs in the backfield with him, so we're going to go long with 4 outs. No, we got 5. Back to pass. Steps up. He's going to be swallowed. He can't get out of this one. That's going to force a 4th and long. Nice defensive pressure by Curtis, on Curtis. And rather than give up another late TD, we will come in and Jacob Ellis will punt it away. Which at this point, that's probably the best thing to do. Even a first down would be pretty much academic at this point, down 17. And BGA poised to get the ball for the final 4 minutes. So Jacob needs to get it out of there. And nice kick, gets it nice and high. It's going to hit on the 43. And it gets a little bit of an Nashville Christian bounce and will be downed at about the 48-yard line. So BGA will no doubt hand it off a few times, and if they get 2 first downs, this game will be in the books. So it's going to be regrouping time for the Eagles. I think it's a good time to have the Labor Day break. It's a good time to have a week off. So all those things hopefully will be in our favor. Hopefully when we come back in 2 weeks, we'll have normal fall weather instead of the hangover of summer. Kenny's back in there. Let's see if Kenny can make a play.
Yeah, Josh Dansby as well, number 19 at the bottom of your screen.
2 potential good freshmen in there. Let's see if they can make a play on defense. And here's that play again to Walker. Man, he just shredded us for 15, 16 yards running off right tackle. And we are getting ripped at the line of scrimmage.
That's a good-looking BGA team. I think that they're poised to have a pretty good season if they can keep this this momentum going throughout the rest of the season. They really are talented.
3:51 left, and your clock ticking down. We apologize to our BGA followers for not being more excited, but we do not apologize for being homers. We strongly call in favor of Nashville Christian. We can't help it. I can't do it any other way. But BGA gets a lot of credit, all the credit in the world for tonight. And they're passing on first down. I'm surprised they don't want to run this clock out and go home. With a 17-point lead. We pick one off and go all the way, suddenly a 10-point game. So I'm really surprised at that decision to not eat up the clock and risk a pick 6 at this point. It'd be hard to answer to. But BGA still in great shape, 2nd and 10. Clock frozen at 3:24. But in defense of the play call, I'm a basketball retired coach, not football. They may be saying, hey, we're going to win this game. Let's work on some plays we need to work on. Mm-hmm. So most coaches have a method to their madness, whether the fans and the onlookers think it's the right thing to do or not.
I seem to remember us last year doing some of that when we were running up the score.
Yeah, and you've got, you got to work on stuff. You got to get ready for the end of the season. You got to get ready for postseason play. So BGA with the clock ticking here at 2:45. I imagine they'll keep it on the ground this time, and they do. Walker's met. Boy, he just keeps churning. Mm-hmm. So a no gain is turned into 3 or 4, just him continuing to keep those feet going. And when this play ensues, we will be under 2 minutes.
Oh, that was Coleman again. That was 35.
That was Coleman. I apologize. Coleman with a good run, and he did. He kept his feet moving. as he punched off the right tackle. And the BGA line this second half especially have really opened up some great running room for their backs. So the clock goes to 2 minutes. The 4th down and 7. BGA, no timeouts left. Let's see what they do. They got it off just in time. They're going to the air. And a down and out. And that's a tough call, but we did bump him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it affected anything, but it was an early contact, and so we now give them the first down. Whew, that's tough. I'd like to have seen us get one more possession, but we're not going to get it. So BGA is going to be able to eat this clock up. And BGA, next week they are playing
Davidson.
It's going to be a good game. Davidson beat us in a tight one last week, 2 weeks ago in the opener. It was a tough game, a good game, close game. And so I imagine BGA and Davidson will have a good contest next week. BGA once again.
It's Coleman.
There's our guy Coleman running off right tackle. He's trying to get into that end zone, wants to get on the stat sheet with the scoring, and he almost did. Once again, they ripped us apart at the line of scrimmage. Coleman, let's see if they give it to him again. He deserves it. Clock at 1:20. They're just running it down as low as they can. Still 10 seconds on it. After this play's over, we probably will have 2 more plays and go home. And they're going to wisely take a knee, and I think that's good. And so they'll snap it probably one more time. We're going to start wrapping it up here. Our producer, Andrew Atkins, we've had cameras on the field. That's been a great addition. Bowen's been on the camera up top. Mr. Andrew, who was on the field today? Haley Vandermeer and Jalen Fuqua? I'm not sure how to say that. They've done a great job tonight. Mr. Andrew, thanks again. Chandler Clark, the boy wonder, always does a great job. And Chandler, it wasn't as fun tonight.
No, they took the wind out of our sails a bit.
They did.
They came at our house and took our lunch money. But we got a long season to go here.
They took over, and they're excited about that win. And they are coming across to shake hands. And so Nashville Christian goes down 38-21. We're going to be back here in 2 weeks with homecoming against Mount Juliet Christian. So we want to thank you for joining in. Thank you for our plus 140 that viewed. And this is Chandler Clark, Mike McPherson saying thank you for your time at this time. Until next time on this, the Nashville Christian.